I've been getting a lot of feedback. I even got my girlfriend Judy way in New York. She's telling me, Peggy, you need to talk about this, and Peggy, you need to talk about that. So I'm so excited that people are enjoying my talk show, and that for these last three, I guess, shows, y'all been just getting a chance to hear from me, and I guess that's good too, because God has a plan, and He wants me to talk about some stuff that we are not talking about. And so we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about still about parenting, guys. We're going to talk about disciplining our kids, getting them ready for the real world. I think that's what is not happening. You know what happened with us when we was growing up? Our parents didn't play. So when I come back from this commercial break, we're going to talk about parentinghood and disciplining our kids and other things that's going to come to my mind. You know how I do it. I'm just going to keep on moving. So we're going to be right back from this commercial break. Hi, I am Peggy, your realtor and designer. If you are looking to buy your first home, let me take you out and find that perfect dream home just for you. I will help you also dress that home with your window treatments, blinds, shutters, and drapes. And if you are selling your home, I will be happy to do the staging design. So don't forget, I'm your girl, and I got you, your girl Peggy. So call me at 832-720-2843. I'm your girl, your realtor and designer. Okay, welcome back to Peggy's Talk Show, guys. Again, I'm your host, Peggy, your realtor and your designer, and I am so thankful to be here on today. Okay, y'all. This past week, I think for 4 days, I took my grandkids to. We were supposed to go to Las Vegas, so they had already planned. We had already had off the Airbnb and everything. But guess what? They had there to tell me those plane tickets were going to be $800 piece. I said, I don't think we're gonna do that, kids. But we still gonna we're still gonna go on a trip. So we did go for 4 days. We went to Austin. We had a wonderful time. And so what we did, my granddaughter, the oldest granddaughter, she went on and found things, and we had like a group text. You know, y'all kids are doing a lot. Y'all children are so smart. This technology got me all over the place. But my granddaughter, who is Raven, she went and she found things for us to do in Austin. And so what she did is put into the test that's for the family. She put in there, okay, these are the things that I came up with. What would you like to do? And then the grandkids, you know, they all say, I want to do horseback riding. I want to do this. I want to do go car riding. All of them did that. So that was really good. So this was a trip from their granny. So their granny took them to Austin. We got an Airbnb, which the Airbnb had two houses connected. So it was two houses connected. So my grandsons and their mom, they was able to be in one of the houses. And then us girls, we had the big house where we had fun and we talked and we all came together at the end of the day or early in the morning. But I wanted to talk to you guys about how me and my grandkids, we did get to talk about things that they need to know. And then at the end of the trip, I did have prayer over my grandkids and came together with that. So guys, I want to say to you parents, hey, we have to be the one to speak into our kids. So over the weekend, my grandkids knew that, first I was thankful and am thankful to God, because this is something I couldn't do for my own kids in the beginning. So parents, when I'm talking to y'all about parenthood, remember that I'm also have lived it. Okay, so it's not something that I'm just coming out and people that don't have no children, they're gonna tell you how you're supposed to do your children. I'm just trying to explain to you how I did it and what my mom did for me, because I was raised with a single mom, and she had to raise 3 girls and 3 boys, and then I turned around and had to raise 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. So it's not easy, parents. I know it's not easy. So don't think that I'm being hard. I'm trying to bash you or anything. I'm just trying to help you guys to be able to understand it is very important to teach and talk to your kids and speak things into their lives. Because if you don't, it's nobody but our fault that they're not getting the discipline that they need to have to grow up to be the adult that they need to become. Okay, if you do not teach these little kids about throwing these tantrums, and they think when they get to dancing. I'm even saying 40 and 50, still throwing tantrum and thinking that's good. No, it's not good. So over the weekend, like I said, over the 4-day time I was away, I enjoyed those kids so much. Grandparents, this is just a wonder. I mean, they always say it's something about them grandkids. It's something about them grandkids, them 6 grandkids. They kept saying, thank you, Granny. Everything I did, they just said, thank you, Granny, thank you, Granny. And I was just loving it and loving the fact to see them smile and to give them a shopping spree because I gave them all money, okay? I'm not going to tell you how much money they got, but they had enough money to go shopping, and they did real good. I really want to compliment all of them for doing so well with their money. Because guess what? When they're spending their money, they had a little bit more sense when they spending our money. You know what I'm saying? When they spending our money, they want all these Nike, all this. But even though I'm not saying they didn't buy no Nikes, and I'm not gonna say they didn't buy no Adidas or whatever they didn't buy, but I'm trying to say they thought about it. One of my granddaughter, British, she had us go from store to store, and she was like, I'm gonna wait until I get to the next store. So she just didn't buy something at the first store. And some of them didn't buy it. They just wanted to shop around a little bit. And then they went back. I thought that was very smart. Because, I ain't never had the opportunity when I was a kid to do this. But I'm watching and paying attention to how they were good with their money and how when they, at the end of the day, when we got back home, how they thanked me for giving them the opportunity and showed all the things that they bought. We even had to split up. Robin and her girls went away, and then I hung out with my daughter-in-law, my grandsons. We all went another way. And then, you know what? I bought one thing and then went home and realized I couldn't wear it. And so I had to give it to my oldest granddaughter and say, here, girl, I can't wear this, so you can take this too. But anyway, parents, I'm going to get off of that because I want to really get serious with you guys. You see what's going on in this world, and I see what's going on in this world, right? It's too much happening. And I'm going to say it's starting with us mothers, really, and fathers, okay? The mothers are stuck raising these kids by themselves. I had to raise 3 by myself. It's not a tough job. It's not an easy job. And I want y'all to stop thinking it is. Fathers, I want y'all to know it is not easy. I know you might have broke up or you had a baby, you wasn't married and you had it with this other person, but guess what? You must have liked her to be able to make a child. You didn't use protection, so you made a child. So it's your responsibility, not just her responsibility, to raise that kid, okay? So stop putting the mother down. Women, stop putting the dads down. Them dads, and some of them do have issues. Some of the women do have issues, but guess what? Those are kids' parents, okay? So the Bible says we're supposed to honor our mother and father. So even if we as grown-ups, and we don't see eye to eye, we don't get along, we still got to help these kids respect their father and their mother. Even when the father might not be doing what he's supposed to do, it's up to us to say, hey, mom is doing the best she can. I don't think it's not fair for you not to tell the kid that dad is not sending any child support. Be real with your child. Because your child is going to school and they see all these other kids with certain things and they can't have it. And you need to explain to them, hey, mom, can only do this much right now. Won't you, and even ask them. I mean, I did. I prayed. I'm telling y'all what I did. My children's dad, I prayed to God that he keep his job. See, y'all women ain't even doing that. Y'all want them to have a hard time. Girl, I prayed for God to bless my children's dad to keep his job because I needed the child support he was sending, and I needed my 3 kids on insurance. So mothers that's going around wishing he want to make him look like he's the worst person in the world, I hope he just fall on his face. You better hope he can keep a job. That's what you better hope. That he keep a job and he sends child support and he can put some insurance on your children. Because it's hard enough for you. If you're not, you're working for someone, you can't make all ends meet. So if he's giving you something that can offset, even if it's to pay for the groceries, even if it's to pay for the light bill, okay? Because, some parents are not getting anything and some people are getting just barely enough. And it's really, really tough. So you want to pray that he keeps his job. And men, come on now, come on. These kids are growing up and they, acting out in school. Then, they go from, they made the jailhouse for your children. I want you to understand that. Understand that the jailhouse is made for your children. Do you want your kids to go? So it's up to you if you want them to go. Because see, I had conversations with my boys. I told told them, and I'm telling y'all the truth, and you need to tell your children this. I told my boys, get in trouble. I am not coming to the jailhouse. I will not put any money on your books. Period. I did not raise my kids to go to the jailhouse. I explained to them that it is hard for me, and I'm sacrificing for them, and I'm not coming to the jailhouse. Okay? So y'all need to say that to those kids. Y'all don't want to, y'all stay in the worry about I don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever. You got to talk to your children about real life. Okay? You need to, I had that talk even with my grandsons this weekend. My grandsons are, like I said, they are straight A students. I'm talking about straight A students, not just in regular school, magnet school and IB school. Straight A's. These boys are very smart. And their grandmother still had to talk with them about hanging with the wrong kid. I explained to them that if you with the wrong kid, so don't be mad when mom said you can't play with this person, you can't play with them, because that's what I did with my children. That kid, you can't play with him. So pay attention, mamas and daddies, pay attention. You can't play with him because not that the kid is bad. It's not the kid's fault, it's the parents' fault that the kid is why they can't play with your child, because of the way your parents are raising your kids. So they can't play with certain people's children because of the way you are doing your job. And if I'm doing my job to teach my kids how to respect the elders and how to love on me and love on themselves, teaching them how to be leaders and not to be followers, and you teaching your kids to just do, you ain't teaching your kids nothing. They just doing everything they want to do, and you want them to come over to my house, stay all night. No, they can't come stay all night at my house. My kids can't even play with that kid, and that's really sad because it's not the kid's fault. And I need y'all to start speaking to them. So I talk to my grandsons and I say, it's called a law party. Okay, so I have an oldest grandson. He's going to go off to high school. He aced whatever test it is for you to pass into the other school. That boy made A's on every last math, every last one of the classes and tests they had to take to go over. He aced it, okay? He's very smart, but I told him, I need you to still be the leader. This is what Granny needs you to do. Granny is so proud of you. You have done an excellent job, but you're going to go to high school now. And when you get to high school, I want you to watch who you hang out with, I know he's going to play ball play football for that school or whatever, but I need him to understand that I don't need you hanging with kids, and I need you to be the leader. You know what you were taught at home. If you see something that's not right, I want you to just get yourself out of that situation, because I don't need you getting in trouble or going to jail for something just because you're hanging with the wrong kid, because that's what can happen. And if you get your fingerprints down there, Granny, Mama, Daddy cannot help you. So y'all need to explain that to these kids, how to be able to conduct themselves as they go from little kids on up through high school, getting ready to go off to college. If you haven't taught them anything, how are they going to be able to handle themselves when a situation comes that you didn't tell them about? That they didn't, if you had talked to them about it over and over, and they probably sick of you talking to them about it over and over. But when they got into that situation, if you had talked to them about it, they would be able to know how to handle it. How to handle a person that's trying to get them to do drugs. Help them understand if you do drugs, it's a habit that you don't want to get into. If you start doing drugs, then you're going to start stealing, because you ain't going to have money to take on that responsibility because you don't have a job. So if you don't teach them that would mess with their mind so much, so don't start certain things. When I was a single mom, I knew that I couldn't afford a habit. This is what I would say. I said, I can't afford a habit. I couldn't afford to smoke. I couldn't afford to drink. I couldn't afford to do drugs, because I had 3 little children to take care of. So parents start learning how to be selfish. When I say selfish, I'm not talking about being selfish to your children, selfless to yourself, to understand that, they may have said it the wrong way. Don't think about yourself and all the things you want. Think about the little kids that's looking at you. We are setting examples. And what I had to go through as my mom being a single mother. My mom, when I said she raised 3 kids, she didn't play with us. It was hard for my mother, so y'all don't understand, y'all y'all probably think, well, Peggy's doing good right now. Well, I'm 60-something years old. And it took me years of just learning how to grow and listen and see what's going on, make mistakes, get back up. You're not teaching your kids about if they make mistakes. Let them know if they make a mistake, they get back up. So as a single mom, my mom had the 3 kids. I had to start working, guys, at 9 years old. I was just asked by this gentleman that's worked the cameras, and he said, "You started working at 9 years old?" I said, "Yes, I started babysitting at 9 years old." Yes, I was very young and a baby myself, but I was very responsible. And so I think parents are not teaching their kids how to be responsible. So my mom had a friend that she needed somebody to take care of her baby while she go to work, and she trusted me with her little baby. She used to pick me up, and back then, y'all, we was latchkey kids back then. So back then we had to be responsible. I had my rules, what not to do, what not to open the door, certain things I couldn't do, things that some of us are not teaching our kids about rules, responsibility. Things when I say don't do something, I mean it. Don't do it. And if they do something, go ahead and discipline them. Okay. My mom, she did not play. Okay. Hazel, my mama, she didn't play. My mom, when she whooped us up, she didn't just use a belt. Back then, they probably would have put my mom up under the jail because we got a whoop with a stitching cord. I don't know if y'all know about a stitching cord, but because my grandkids, I was telling them about it. I was telling them about it this week, this past weekend on our vacation, that I got whooping with a stitching cord. They said, "A stitching cord? What is a stitching?" I said, "Well, you know that little cord that you plug in into the wall. My mom would wrap that up, and I would have S and U's on my body, and they would swell up, and they would cut. But guess what? You get enough of those, you're gonna act right. So we ain't whipping our kids. Some people was getting switched. I didn't get no switch. I got a stitching card, and that made me learn how to listen to my mom. So when my mother would come outside when it got a little dark, before it got dark, because we were supposed to be in the house, my mother didn't have to open her mouth. She just walked into the street, and we would look down to the street and start running. We didn't play with Hazel. Hazel didn't play. And that's what we need to get our kids in, that fear. She loved us and we loved her. But she was not our friend at that point. She was our mother. She taught us the fear of her and the fear of God. And I think that's what we're not teaching anymore. The fear of God and the fear of you. You don't supposed to be your children's friend. So I want you to understand that. I don't want y'all to think, oh, well, I look at her little face when I tell her no. You telling her no, or you telling him no because you love him. If you love him, you're going to chastise him. You're going to teach him some rules and let him know that mama loves you so much, but you cannot have that. And we're going to talk about more about that when I come back from my commercial break. Thank you guys for listening. See you in a minute. I'm your girl, your realtor, and designer. Something beautiful and unique in every way, Rob Mack is your jeweler. Since 2004, Rob Mack has been serving the Houston and surrounding areas with custom diamond wedding rings, pendants, and etc. If you're looking for something beautiful and unique, remember, Rob Mack is the jeweler for you.
I can hear the take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me. In the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise, along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success, and I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
My name is Amelia Young, and I am a breast cancer survivor. When I was diagnosed with cancer in 2016, I endured not only difficult physical challenges, but also mental challenges such as anxiety, depression, anger, and a great uncertainty about the future. In 2017, I went into remission, and I decided my goal was to provide to women like me a supportive and nurturing place to retreat, recharge, and heal. That is why I created Sumantra Holistic and became a breast cancer mentor and healing minister. I know from experience what you and your loved ones are going through, the sadness, the fear, the anger, and I know how to mentor you and yours during these difficult times. Let me help you. Let me be part of your holistic healing process. Let's walk this path together towards peace, health, and mental balance.
Okay, guys, welcome back to Peggy's Talk Show. Again, I'm your host, Peggy, your realtor and your designer, and I'm going to get back into the conversation that I was having before we left about if you love your children, that you will discipline them, okay? We have to teach them. It's important. They just little people. They don't sponges, right? If we don't teach them, they're going to get it from somebody else. So it starts at home, and then it spread abroad, right? So parents, when you have your children in the house, talk to them, ask them what's going on in school, explain to them even about your day. Sometimes the kids need to understand why you can't do certain things. Teach them about financing, okay? Tell them about, hey, I got a light bill, I got rent. You know, try to get them to understand why the money is going. Some kids understand better if you just explain it to them, because they don't understand when they see all their friends getting a chance to do something. Even with my grandkids and me taking them on a trip for 4 days and 3 nights. Okay, that was a very expensive trip. And I had people looking, you gonna spend that much money? Hey, don't tell me to spend my money. When it comes down to my kids, my grandkids, it don't matter about money. And that's the problem. We always worried about stuff we shouldn't worry about. What I did this weekend was my main goal was for me to build memories with my grandkids. So what I did is something that my grandkids would never, ever forget. And I think we are not doing that, even as parents. Sometimes maybe you need to talk to kids a year ahead. Now, you know, this is right here, this is the summer, this is June. So maybe you need to get the kids together and say, hey, this year mom can't take y'all on a trip. But what we're going to do for 1 year, kids, every time you get some change or every time mama gets some change, we're going to put it in this drawer. Okay? Start a drawer. Well, my grandson did that. He the one told me about this. So, Ryan, I took your idea to help kids, okay? So, Ryan, he has his own drawer of change. So what he did, I was picking them up from school while their mom was out of town. I picked them up for 8 days straight. I had to pick them up and take them to school. Well, it was a 2.5 hour process for me. I'm serious. From my house to go pick them up, to take them to school, stay in the traffic. It took me 2.5 hours just to get them to school for 8 days. That was hard. I said, y'all mama really love y'all. Y'all mama do this every day. And it takes her probably an hour and a half, but for every day, that's a lot to get them from the schools that they had to go to. So Ryan said, Granny, do you have any change, Granny? Because I'm saving my money and I have a change drawer and I'm saving money. I said, change drawer. So what his granny did the next morning when I went to his house to pick him up, I had about 5 or 6 piggy banks and full of change that I had been having for a long time. And I gave them to my grandson. I said, Granny, giving this to you. And he took them from me and said, thank you, Granny. And the next day when I came back, he had them all empty, put inside a box, neatly wrapped for me to take and refill. I think that's what he wanted me to do. But you support what your children trying to do. If you have a kid saying, Mom, I decided that I want to save some money for this. If you have some extra change, can you put it aside for me? Or you can say, Jimmy or John or Robert, hey, Mom can't take you on a trip this year, or we can't go anywhere this year, but what we're going to do for 1 year, every time I get change, I'm going to put it in this drawer, in this piggy bank or whatever. And whatever it is, at the end of the year, we're going to count all that money, all that change, and we're going to take it and turn it into money. And then when you tell them, we're going to turn them into dollars or whatever, and then they're going to be able to count and say, oh, now we got $500. Say you got 5 kids, okay? Well, $500 for 5 kids might not be a whole lot to some people, but you can go to water park. So at least the kids will know, we're going to the water park. That's this excitement to make them want to save next year and the year after that. And you're teaching them about when they grow up to be adults. Hey, and when you want to do something, you got to save for that. You got to put aside for that. You got to not go to McDonald's, or you can't go out to eat every week. You have to start saying, okay, since I want to buy this house, and you buy the house, and I even talked to I talked about my children about, okay, you want to live in this certain area, okay, so now you might have to cook every day, because you don't have the luxury of going out. So y'all not teaching kids that you want to live this lifestyle here. If you want to live this lifestyle, well, you're going to have to start cooking, so you need to buy you some crock pots or whatever you need to do to cook. And explain to your kids, okay, we cook Monday through Friday, and on Sundays we're going to go out to eat. And this is our budget for going out to eat. But you can't just think you're going to, every day, and it's constant. I'm seeing y'all doing all this. I know they letting people bring y'all food to y'all house. And y'all don't understand. You're spending $30 and $40 a day. Add up $30 and $40 a day. Is that being really responsible with your money? Because I don't do it like that. I just don't, And so that's why you can't get mad, or people can't say nothing when I go, if I want to take my grandkids out for the summer. Or if I want to help them since they're doing, my grandson, it's going to be his 5th time to the Junior Olympics. So I want to go to the Junior Olympics. So I'm taking one of my grandkids with me. So I didn't throw away a lot of money. So I have some money where I can go buy a plane ticket. And take them. So since we were supposed to go to Las Vegas, and I had to cancel the trip to Las Vegas for my grandkids, because I'm like, $800 times all the people that was going, it was going to be 9 of us. I said, I'm going to let y'all go. We're going to go to Austin. There's a lot of beautiful things we can do in Austin. Figure out what y'all want to do, because this is Granny's budget. I told her what my budget was. And with that budget, it was also, I said, I'm going to give y'all this much money to have a shopping spree. Because I could have took that money and gave it away, and they wouldn't have been able to enjoy themselves as much as they did in Austin. And they said, Granny, we had such a good time. But the most time they had is that they got a chance to go shopping. Okay? And even my grandson, I tell you, that 11-year-old, he is so smart. After he just spent money, I think he had $100 left, and he going to come to me with these $200 tennis shoes and say, Granny, do you like these tennis shoes? And I said, yes, I like those tennis shoes, Brian. They're so cute, but Granny ain't giving you no more money. And then he looked me dead in my eyes and he said, Granny, I made straight A's. I give you $20 more. And then he went to his mom, and his mom said, I give you $30 more. And then his dad gave him another $50. So he was able to buy those tennis shoes. But he knows how to get what he wants from us, but he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he deserved it. So sometimes you want to make your children deserve something. Why would you give your kid stuff and he acting out, I'm not saying you and you ain't speaking into him. When he's acting out, you need to be saying, you know what? There's so much greatness in you. You're too smart to be doing that. You know what? I thought you was gonna be I thought you said you wanted to be a doctor when you grew up. I thought you said you wanted to be a police officer. I thought you wanted to be whatever he said you wanted to be. You can't be that doing that because what you're doing right now is gonna get you in a bunch of trouble. But if you don't teach your children that, how are they gonna be able to handle the real world? And that's what we are not doing, parents. We're not doing it. Okay? The hardest thing I had to do is start setting boundaries. For years, my mom told me I was supposed to be her. She made me think I was her strongest kid. And I didn't believe I was strong, but because she said that, I tried my best to be real strong, but really I wasn't. But I tried my best to honor her by just saying, she thinks I'm that, so I'm gonna be that. Sometimes if you put stuff in your kids, even though they don't think they that, it would make them act out to that. So I felt like I was strong. So I stood in my grounds to be strong, even as a single mom, to be able to stand here and be strong and to help these 3 little kids that I had. I couldn't be whining about all my situations that I was going through because I had a lot of situations that I was trying to deal with. But my kids didn't need to know all that. They needed me to be a mom. So I had to do tough love, parents. I'm telling you, it's hard. But I used to couldn't look. My youngest son, I used to couldn't look at him when I punished him. I just had to turn the other way because he had them dimples, girl. He knew how to get what he wanted from his mom, and I knew that if I didn't get this boy straight, if I didn't get him trained, this kid was gonna be in a bunch of trouble. So I had to do some tough love. I took things from him. It was hard when I punished him and say he can't go outside, but guess what that mean? I punished myself because it mean I couldn't do some things that I wanted to do because I had to stick to the punishment. If I took anything from him, when I took his car, like I told you guys, he left me for a little while, left me for about 5 or 6 months. But guess what? I did not give him that car back. Did it hurt me? It hurted me to take from him. But I had to teach him. We have to teach our kids. So if you don't take things from them, you take them from them, and because they throw a tantrum, you say, oh, here, boy, just take it. You are hurting your kids. If you ain't teaching them that he's going to have to deal with the real world. When he go on a job, his boss is not going to accept him throwing a tantrum. He's that teacher. If he gets pulled over by the police, he can't be using his hands and talking all crazy and throwing tension, or you just picking on me. You can't be doing all that. But if you don't teach them that down here, your children gonna be in jail. That's what I'm trying to help y'all not to do. And I want the young ladies to know, they're not just putting the boys in jail anymore. They're not just putting the little girls. They putting the little girls in jail too. Be too mouthy. You gotta learn how to be quiet and stay in your place. Learn about authority. And you know what? How they learn that, parents? They learn that through you. I know it's hard being a single parent, but you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You can't be going out all the time. You have to be there and watch your little girl or your little boy. You can't be sending them over to other people. That's how they get molested, and that's how they get. It's because it's the people you know that touch your children. I want y'all to understand that. Because y'all think it's okay, they're gonna stay all night over so and so. You don't be sending your girls over to people's house and they got little brothers, they got a father, and you just say, oh, well, they're gonna take. You gotta pay attention to what's going on here. Kids are being molested by people you know and the people in church. Okay? So stop thinking because they go to church, they are so, let me go ahead and help y'all understand about church. Church is a hospital. I want y'all to understand this for people that are hurting. We are going to church to heal. Most of us have been raped, have been molested, have fathers that have hit us or punched our brothers or told the boys they ain't gonna be nothing. The mother telling you, you look like your daddy. You ain't gonna be nothing. The father telling you, look at you. You're just like your mama. So y'all putting all this stuff in these children. And y'all don't know that that's affecting them for real. We used to say words, sticks and stone may break our bones, or words will never hurt. Words hurt. So I want y'all to understand that words hurt longer and harder than somebody hitting you. I'd rather get hit, take a spanking, than for somebody to just talk me all the way down, tear my whole self-esteem up, make me feel like I'm worthless. And that's what y'all making y'all children feel like. Oh, he was so cute, and she was so cute when she was 6 months and a year old. All the stuff she did was cute. Now she's 16 and she's talking back and she's throwing that neck around, and y'all up here saying, y'all mamas, the mama and the daddy are scared of your own children. See, I was scared of my children. Let me tell you, I didn't tell y'all what I just children, you better not go to sleep. All of my kids are bigger than me, outgrown me, taller than me, or whatever. But hey, I had my threat in. You better not go to sleep, son. You better not go to sleep, Robin. You better not go to sleep, Robert, because I'm going to get you. That's what I used to do, y'all. I'm sorry. You better let these kids know. I don't care how old you get. I don't care. My children are older, but still, you're going to respect me. You ain't going to talk to me crazy. I'm telling you, Peggy, you're not going to disrespect me. And if you do, you're going to you might get something thrown at you. I don't know, but I'm letting you know. I don't play. I love my children. And I told my grandkids, I said, y'all know Granny ain't never whooped y'all. Y'all have never got a whooping from y'all Granny. But your Granny will whoop you if you get out of place with it. Right now, they getting all the love they gonna get because they the sweetest little things. But I'm also speaking things into them, and I'm telling them stuff that y'all are not doing. Before we got ready to leave, I had them all come together. We had 10 minutes left. We had to be out our Airbnb at 11 o'clock. I said, okay, guys, I need y'all to come together. We hold hands, and I spoke over my grandkids. I said, Lord, I want to thank you for my grandkids. And I see greatness in them. And God bless everything they do. Put favor on their life. Y'all are not doing that. Do it. Speak it. Let them kids hear that because they can say, I really have greatness in me. Ooh, favor on my life. So, I can get favor. So you start telling them things that they don't know. I can get favor from God if I just ask and tell them, hey, I'm so proud of you. I'm just looking forward to seeing you be a Dr. Jayla because you said you want to be a doctor. Oh, I know you boys saying that y'all going off to college and y'all want to go to NFL and y'all want this, that, and the other. Ryan, you finna go. I believe all that is going to happen. Greatness is all over you guys. Y'all need to do that for y'all kids. Please do it. Because you know what just happened? My girlfriend called me from New York, Judy. She said, Peggy, what's wrong with these people? About 7 people just ran into a jewelry store and robbed it. You mean that one of them had a good enough sense to say, man, this ain't a good idea? Do you know those guys gonna get caught, right? They think they have a little pleasure, but some of these people don't care about going to jail because they don't have no self-worth. And it's because you're not teaching them self-worth. Tell your kids that they have self-worth and greatness is in them and they're going to be successful. They're going to go through their ups and their downs, but you know what? You get back up. This is building character. This is building self-esteem. Tell them all that because that's what we had to learn. No, I didn't my mom didn't tell me all this because you know what, guys, y'all know our parents back, if you are in your 60s or a little bit younger than that, or in your 50s, our parents didn't say a whole lot, but we knew they loved us. They didn't tell us every day they loved us, but they went to work, they put a roof over our heads, and they did the best they could. But now y'all have just ruined these kids by giving them everything, and you just not making them work for anything. And I'm gonna also, when I come back for this commercial break, I'm gonna say fuss at you guys because that's what I've been doing. But my daughter-in-law told me that one of her friends' kids, both of the kids are obese. And the kids have a self-esteem problem. And she talked to the mother about it, and the mother said, well, I ain't got time to take him to football practice and take her to this and that. You're wrong for that. You're the reason why your child have a self-esteem problem. You're the reason why your child is overweight. Because you will get off of work and make sure they go to get some activity in them. You let them just play with videos all day. And then you want to know they shooting people all day on the video game. You want to know why they can go to the school and just shoot up everybody? It's your fault. Because you need to teach these kids. And stop letting them tell you what to do. And that's the problem. You want to be their friend. I wasn't my children's friend. I didn't care if they didn't like me. They could be mad at me and stay in their room all day. But guess what? They better not let me hear them talk back. And we didn't do that when we was growing up. Our parents made us mad. We might have mama, but we would have made sure we got in that bedroom and mama because we bet not heard. Because Hayes gave me a backhand slap. I'll never forget that one time. She gave me that backhand slap. And guess what? She didn't have to give it to me again. Because I learned. So you're not teaching your kids and y'all don't understand what's going on and it's scary. Because not only I had to go to commercial break. I just got that crew. It's time for me to go to a commercial break, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to calm down. So when I come back, I'm going to be talking again. And I'm calming down right now because I love you guys. That's why I'm having this conversation. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. help you also dress that line seven straight. And if you are selling your staging designs. So don't forget, I'm your girl Peggy. So call me at 832-720-2843. I'm your girl, your realtor and designer. If you're looking for something beautiful and unique in every way, Rob Mack is your jeweler. Since 2004, Rob Mack has been serving the Houston and surrounding areas with custom diamond wedding rings, pendants, and etc. If you're looking for something beautiful and unique, remember, Rob Mack is the jeweler for you.
I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me. In the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success, I learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success, and I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
Hi, my name is Amelia Young, and I am a breast cancer survivor. When I was diagnosed with cancer in 2016, I endured not only difficult physical challenges, but also mental challenges such as anxiety, depression, anger, and a great uncertainty about the future. In 2017, I went into remission, and I decided my goal was to provide to women like me a supportive and nurturing place to retreat, recharge, and heal. That is why I created Sumantra Holistic and became a breast cancer mentor and healing minister. I know from experience what you and your loved ones are going through, the sadness, the fear, the anger, and I know how to mentor you and yours during these difficult times. Let me help you. Let me be part of your holistic healing process. Let's walk this path together towards peace, health, and mental balance.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to Peggy's Talk Show. I'm your host, Peggy, your realtor and your designer here in Houston, Texas. So anywhere in Houston, anywhere in Texas, if y'all want me to sell y'all a house, I will come and sell you that house. If you want to buy some blinds, some shutters, some drapes, remember that your girls got you, okay? Also, like I said, I'm teamed up with furniture with Oasis Gallery. And hey, if y'all want furniture and stuff, we can get y'all some package together along with your draperies and stuff. And we'll make sure that your home is beautiful and unique, okay? That's what we're trying to do. So we back. Okay, my guy came in here, Jonathan, who's the camera guy. He came in here and he said, Peggy, I need you to elaborate on I don't even remember everything he told me, Jonathan, I'm sorry. But he did tell me to elaborate on just being a little soft on you guys. I guess he feel like I'm pounding. But I get a little emotional with this because this is really the real world for me. I care about you guys. That's the reason why I'm talking about this, and I'm thankful to God for this station, giving me the opportunity to have my own show and to be able to speak on stuff that needs to be talked about. We need to talk about what's going on. We have to get these people to start caring more about themselves. And if you don't teach your kids self-worth, how are they going to know that it's not okay to go rob a bank and go to jail for the rest of your life and have to be in there and you can't even enjoy the things of this world, okay? So if you're teaching them about, hey, you can be successful if you go to college, you go to school, even if you don't go to college, because I want y'all to get that myth that everybody is successful because they go to college. Because I heard a statistic, a lot of people that are successful haven't went to college. So stop making people think if you don't go to college, you ain't gonna be successful, because you can be successful without going to college. First of all, you need to find out what you like, what you really like, what makes you feel good doing. So teach your kids to help the kids get into themselves. What do you like? What do you like in school? What do you like about yourself? When you see your kids starting to say, I like making t-shirts, I like fashion or whatever, then you try to steer them into that direction if that's what they want to do. That's, my kids, Robin and Ronnie, they modeled when they was little kids, okay? And I did that. Well, I took Robin there because she was really a shy girl in the beginning. And I felt like I didn't know they was going to take her. But the first time they saw Robin, they grabbed her and they took her and they ran out. I was like, why my child? They took her all through the wherever this place that we took her to. They just took my daughter from me and just started showing her off. And next thing you know, she was doing commercials and she did it for about 2.5 years and stuff, because they just saw that she had what they was looking for. And then they went on, they took Ronnie, and Ronnie did the same thing. So, but I wanted them to get out of being shy. So you got kids that don't know how to speak and how to look people directly in their eye. You have to teach them how to do that. Find a tool to be able to make them feel comfortable in their skin, where they can feel comfortable talking when they get ready to do their resume and they get ready to go out to get a job. They have to know how to feel good about holding a conversation, feel good about selling themselves, making this company understand, even though I'm 16, that I am what you need on this establishment, or this even if it's McDonald's, even if it's a grocery store. You have to make them feel comfortable for them to be able to sell themselves. I know people personally that have college degrees and can't get a job. Couldn't get a job because they didn't know how to talk. They didn't know how to, I don't have a college degree. And I ain't never had a problem getting a job because I got this mouth and I have confidence. So you have to teach your kids confidence. I had people that want to hire me and I would flunk the test. They would give me a test and I didn't flunk the test. The people tell me, we want to hire you anyway and we're going to train you. I'm like, but I flunked the test. But it wasn't about that. They like the fact that, hey, we feel like she's teachable and she can give us what we want. That she got good people skills and good, air about herself. We like her energy. So you got to teach those kids to come out of that. Find out who they are. You can't, I'm actually talking to my grandsons, my granddaughters, and my grandsons. I want them to be, I don't want to be exactly like me. I'm not trying to be exactly like me, but I want them to feel comfortable to be able to speak up for themselves, okay? Be able to talk. So parents, try to start loving on these kids the way you need to love on them. And when you're doing that, be stern about it. That don't mean you have to be, beating them up. But let them know mama loves you. And if I say you can't do something, don't get mad and get so mad you don't want to talk to me, because even if you don't, I'm going to be the head of this house. I'm running things here. Like I said, when I first became a mom,